In this video, we're going to talk about our micronutrients, so vitamins and minerals. Why do we need them? Where do we get them? And how do we know do we have enough? So basically, our micronutrients we need in less quantities than our macronutrients. So our macronutrients, if you think back to the previous post, are protein, carbohydrates, and fats. So we need our micronutrients then in smaller forms than those. So, what are they? They're a major group of nutrients your body needs in less quantities than our macronutrients, like I said. Vitamins are necessary for energy production, immune function, blood clotting, and other functions within the body. Minerals play a role in growth, bone health, fluid balance, and several other processes. So, basically, vitamins and minerals are needed for everything that goes on within the body. So, there are 13 essential. You can see here you have your A, C, D, E, and K, and then the B vitamins. So B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12. The 4 fat-soluble vitamins are A, D, E, and K. Our body stores those in our fatty tissues. We then have 9 vitamins that are water-soluble. So what water-soluble means is that we replenish them. We need to replenish them regularly as we excrete them through our urine. So we need to be taking them in every single day. So the best way to get 13 of the essential vitamins and to make sure that you get them in is to eat a varied, balanced diet. So I always tell people to, make sure that your vegetables and things are varied, that you introduce new vegetables from time to time, that you're not just eating the same ones all of the time. Oftentimes when we like vegetables, we tend to stick to the same ones, and it can happen very easily where we just don't get, we cut out something completely and we just don't get the necessary vitamin, or we may be lacking in that vitamin somewhat. So to be mindful of it, so I'm just going to run through briefly vitamin A. So one type comes from animal sources, one type comes from plant sources. They both do kind of different things. So the one from animal sources helps make red blood cells and fight off infections. And then the one from plant sources is linked to eye health and things like that. So if you think about vitamin A, think about your orange vegetables, your orange fruits. So we have our sweet potato or cantaloupe. Also comes from spinach and other green vegetables, dairy food, seafood such as shrimp, and again your orange salmon. So vitamin D then. Vitamin D is the one vitamin that we can't obtain adequate amounts from our diet. We need to get it from sunlight. So living in Ireland, for example, where the sun doesn't always shine, where we can have very dull months, or if you are someone who works indoors a lot, then you may very well be lacking in vitamin D. Vitamin D is really important across the board in all aspects of health. So it helps the absorption of calcium. It also acts as an antioxidant. It regulates immune activity, supports cardiovascular health, many other things. It's also linked to mental health. So anyone who suffers from depression needs to be aware of their vitamin D. More and more research is coming out about the link between vitamin D deficiency and mental health disorders. So it's definitely one to be aware of, and it's definitely one to consult your GP about if you do feel you may be deficient. The other thing is if you supplement to a very high dose, it can become toxic. So just be mindful of that. Now it's very rare that it does, but it can happen. So if you are thinking of supplementing in a high dose, then do consult your doctor beforehand. Another reason, just going back to vitamin D, is the use of sunscreen. So obviously now it's really drilled into us to wear sunscreen, even on days where it's not even sunny. On a rainy day, they're saying to wear sunscreen. So we're actually blocking out the absorption of vitamin D altogether. So more and more people are tending to find that they are deficient. So vitamin K, essential vitamin for your body. Your body needs it for proper blood clotting. So again, your leafy greens, your different veg, and liver actually is a good source. So vitamin C then, most of us are aware of vitamin C. It's the one where we associate fighting off colds and flus with. So yeah, it helps protect cells and keeps them healthy, necessary for the maintenance of healthy connective tissue, which gives support and structure to other tissues and organs. So then obviously our citrus fruits, our oranges, kiwis, all those citrusy kind of type fruit. Also ones that people aren't as aware of are like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and sweet potato. So again, you can see there's a really wide variety there in the sources that I'm picking. So it's just to get a really good balance of everything to make sure that you're not going to be deficient in any vitamins. So then we have our B group. So you can see here that there are several different B vitamins. Running through those briefly: vitamin B, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 12. So they come from all different sources. They all do different things, but they also overlap. So you'll often hear of a B complex vitamin, which has all of the B vitamins combined. So there are some signs and signals to tell you if you are lacking in B vitamins, and you can get a blood test from your doctor. So if you feel that you may be, then it's a good idea to always consult your doctor. So B1 helps your body turn food into energy. It's also key for the structure of brain cells. You can get that from legumes, black beans, lentils, and seeds. Pork and whole grains are also good. Most people get enough timing from foods they eat, but pregnant and breastfeeding women need to be a little bit more mindful. Also, people with certain conditions like diabetes need to be more mindful of their B vitamins. B2, then, you could get enough from your breakfast, because a lot of cereals are fortified. A lot of breads are also fortified. You'll find them naturally in eggs, asparagus, and other green veggies and milk. So that is B2. B3, then, this is a family of compounds that your body needs to turn food into energy and store it. It helps protect your skin and tissues too, and may improve your cholesterol levels. 3 ounces of canned tuna has nearly all of your daily needs in it. So tuna is a very good source for B3. Peanut butter and peanuts as well for people who are vegan. It's a good source. B5, B6, and B12. So B5, this type of vitamin is needed for many of the biochemical reactions that go on within the cells. So the B vitamins are very much to do with cell production, energy production, and all the stuff that go on in the background. The breaking down of carbohydrates and lipids. A water-soluble vitamin, like I said, you need to have it in your diet every day. Okay, so B6 then, this vitamin plays a role in more than 100 different reactions in your body. Some research has shown that B6 may help protect memory loss, colorectal cancer, and PMS. Okay, so you will get that in leafy and root vegetables, non-citrus fruits like bananas, avocados, watermelon, legumes, fish, poultry, and lean meat. So there's a wide variety of sources there too. B12 then. This is associated with having before you hit the gym, but realistically, you need to get enough from your diet consistently in order for it to be beneficial. So some athletes and trainers take supplements before workouts, but these don't really boost your success if you're getting enough on your meals. So basically, if you have enough within your diet already, there's no need for anything like that. Folic acid then. This is associated with pregnancy, so you often hear about people being on folic acid pre and during their pregnancy. So it's to make sure that there's no birth defects within the baby, to do with the brain and the spine. You need 400 mcg per day. Folic acid then can be found naturally in broccoli, asparagus, peas, chickpeas, and burr mice. So they say that all women of childbearing age should be on folic acid supplements. Minerals then. Minerals, important for your body to stay healthy. Your body uses minerals for many different jobs, including keeping your bones, muscles, heart, and brain working properly. Minerals are also important for making enzymes and hormones. Basically, everything that goes on within the body, we need our minerals for. So magnesium. This mineral supports your body in lots of ways. It gives you energy and keeps your heart healthy. It's also associated with PMS and easing those symptoms. Sources include nuts, seeds, whole grains, and leafy greens. Calcium then, this mineral helps concrete harden. So calcium is the building block of our bones. Its strength makes it the building block of our bones and teeth. Sorry to repeat myself. It's also key to making muscles move. And as I said previously, vitamin D, we need adequate amount for adequate calcium absorption. Just be mindful of that. So sources then, we all know, are dairy, milk, cheese, yogurt, and other dairy products. Also, people aren't as aware, but green vegetables like kale and broccoli are very good sources of calcium too. So iron then. So we all know our iron is associated with our, blood. So when your levels are low, your body doesn't make enough healthy red blood cells, and without them you can't get oxygen to your tissues. women who are pregnant or have heavy menstrual cycles are more likely to have anemia. So anemia is the lack of blood in your iron. You can also have too much iron in your blood, which is a condition called hemochromatosis. So our sources of iron then are red meat, green leafy veg, beans, lentils, liver, and spinach. Many breakfast cereals have your day's worth in it because they're fortified. Dark chocolate as well is a good source. So yeah, iron is one to look out for. Symptoms of having low iron would be tired and fatigue, white under eye, a very pale colour. Yeah, so potassium then, you may think of bananas, but green leafy veg are a better source of mineral. So I have some sources there in the illustration for you. It helps keep your blood pressure in a normal range, and it helps your kidneys work. Levels that are too low or too high could make your heart and nervous system shut down. You should always watch your salt because your body needs the right balance of sodium and potassium. Snack on raw cantaloupe, carrots, and tomatoes too. So yeah, that's potassium, essential in our diets. Lots of different sources, from avocados to fish, so there's a big diverse range of foods there. Selenium, it does a lot of things like fighting off infections and helping your thyroid gland work. Selenium is one of these ones that has numerous different effects. More and more things are coming out. We're being made aware of more and more benefits. So sources: meat, bread, eggs, nuts. 4 Brazil nuts actually will give you your daily recommendation of selenium, which is a very interesting one, so it's quite easy to get in. Zinc, without it you couldn't taste and smell. Imagine that. Your immune system needs it, and it helps cuts, scrapes, and sores heal. It may also help you keep your sight as you get older, so zinc is a very important one there. While you can think of zinc from plant sources like sesame seeds and pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, lentils, and cashews, it's easier for your body to absorb it from animal sources such as oysters, beef, crab, lobster, and pork. So iodine then. So iodine is a less kind of well-known one. It's for your thyroid. It uses iodine to make hormones that control metabolism. Sources: fish and seaweed are the two main ones. Too much iodine can be harmful, and supplements interact with some medication. So again, it's very important to consult your doctor if you are thinking of supplementing with iodine for any reason. So just a reminder, everyone is very different. We all have different health conditions. We all have different deficiencies, sometimes hereditary, sometimes, there's no kind of avoiding it. So, we may have absorption issues or whatnot, but I think the best thing to do is to make sure that you just get a good variety of vegetables in. This is just a very brief overview of, why we need certain vitamins and minerals. There's always work going on in the background that we're not aware of. Also for our skin, our hair, and our bones, it's not always about how we look in terms of our weight or size. It's very much how we are overall as a being. Our brain is obviously very much affected by our nutrition too. So, it's really important to nourish yourself, like for your brain health as well as anything else. So they say to eat the rainbow to glow from the inside out, and I think that is very, very true. So if you have any concerns, just a reminder to consult your doctor. If you have any symptoms of being deficient in anything, then it's always important to reach out. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you next time.